Welcome to the Chris Talks Show, where we bring you a thoughtful, balanced coverage of today's news, breaking down the day's stories with clarity, context, attitude, and separating facts from flair and giving you the news you need, with a little bit of humour. Here's your host, Chris Talks.
What's up, listeners? I hope that you're having a blessed day, because I am definitely having a blessed day. I am your host, Chris. All right, let's get into our top story for this episode, which is going to be police pinned a black man down with their knee on his back for 86 seconds before his death. We go to Sarah for this story. Let's get right into it.
Thank you, Chris. New. Disturbing details have emerged about an incident that got a Kansas sheriff's deputy charged with second-degree murder for the death of a black man in custody. Reported The Guardian on Friday, with the death bearing a striking resemblance to the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis 5 years ago. According to the report, Richard Fatherly was charged last month with second-degree murder and an alternative count of involuntary manslaughter in Charles Adair's 5 July death in the Wyandotte County Detention Center in Kansas City, Kansas. Adair had been arrested one day before his death on misdemeanor warrants for failure to appear on multiple traffic violations. According to civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is representing Adair's family, the newly revealed records show that Charles Adair was handcuffed, lying on his stomach with a severely injured leg, and posed no threat when a deputy pressed a knee into his back, resulting in his death. Adair was held in that position for 1 minute and 26 seconds. Immediately after being wheeled from the infirmary to his cell. At the time, Adair's leg needed to be amputated and was so badly infected that he was taken straight to the hospital. A Kansas Bureau of Investigation agent wrote in the affidavit. Said the report, before Adair was cleared to return to the jail, he was diagnosed with a type of bone infection that sometimes develops in people with diabetes. A medical screening also found he was schizophrenic. The affidavit said. The report says Adair, who was handcuffed, threw himself out of his wheelchair and was incoherent after being put back in his cell. After which Fatherly pinned him to the ground with his knee as Adair screamed for help. "You're done," Fatherly told him, per the affidavit, as Adair stopped resisting and said, "Okay." A medical report found the cause of death to be homicide from mechanical asphyxia. Fatherly's attorney has called the death an accident and denies his client was responsible. The murder of George Floyd at the hands of former police officer Derek Chauvin, which was in very similar circumstances as this alleged incident, prompted furious protests all over the country and prompted at least 30 states and Washington, D.C., to pass policing reforms. Back to you, Chris.
All right, Sarah. Thank you for that report. You want to drop my bomb real quick? Because there's some things to say within this story. Okay? Drop it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the part of the show where I give you my view and my opinion on this particular topic. And I will say this. Turn that down a little bit. Thank you. I will say this. All right? It is my opinion, okay, that I don't think this guy really died from a knee in his back. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because there's one point I wanted to point out. And I just said this, was that they stated that his leg needs to be amputated. Now, just off of that, I don't really think this guy should be charged with homicide unless they found something else besides that. If they found something else that his knee or whatever that was pressed on this guy's back, because it could have been pressed on like the upper chest part.
Bruh.
No, it could have been pressed on the upper. Why are you saying bruh for? It could have been checked. The knee could have been on the upper part of his body, okay, and that could have caused something. You know what I mean? That could have caused something with his breathing. We don't know. But the fact that his leg needs to be amputated, and I know that when you have to do something like that, there are some type of poisons for my listeners who don't know. If your legs have to be amputated, that means the blood in it is bad. So that is flowing through your body. All right. So it just like bad blood in your body, that right there, that can mess you up. You understand what I'm saying? That could totally like mess you up.
Message.
Because it's bad blood. So I think that that probably played some part in it. But at the same time, can we drop a church bell for this guy who lost his life in it? And we want to send our condolences to his family as well. Can we drop a church bell real quick? Kind of sad that we have to do that so often. Um, can we drop the dummy buzzer for this correction officer real quick? Just because I understand that you in some kind of altercation or whatever, the COs or whatever, police officers, anybody in that security field have to hold you down. But just, the weight of that person, they don't show the CO want to do it. But I'm just thinking the weight of just even a skinny person, like probably 150 pounds. That's just a lot to put on somebody. Just period. I think. Okay.
Bruh.
Yeah, I think that because when you are putting, you got to think when you sitting on somebody or you putting your weight on somebody, you're holding somebody down. So you're using your weight, okay, to hold that person down. So you're using your weight and your strength, and that.
Bruh.
I'm being real, right? Stop doing that, okay, Ed? Can you stop doing that, Ed? Can you stop? Thank you. All right, thank you. As I want to reiterate, I think maybe the knee. I think maybe the knee in the back probably had something to do with it, but because this man, he needed his leg amputated, he has prior medical. He has a prior medical history, and amputation, from as far as I know, that's bad blood, man. It's bad blood. So
Bruh.
maybe that, I don't know. Maybe that could help towards it. But I guess during their investigation, they found that this officer was negligent. And yeah, maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe the knee in the back. Ed, you need to really come up here, like for real. But maybe the knee in the back was just too much. He went too far. He was just too aggressive, knowing um, this inmate's medical history. Now they don't state if he really knows that. I'm just assuming that this officer would know the medical history, or they would put some type of something up there. I don't know.
Bruh.
I'm just assuming that. Do they know your medical history in prison? I would assume so, because if you're in prison and you're somebody who's in jail or prison and you have seizures, and I would assume that the doctors would alert that certain inmates have certain seizures or certain. I mean, you can't remember all, but
Bruh.
I would assume that there was an alert to some of that. I would assume. I'm just saying. I would assume that. But back to business. Maybe these officers. Maybe this officer was negligent. I don't know. But according to the charges, they have found him being negligent, and they have filed these charges against him. Now, I think the defense maybe have they probably have a good case. The defense probably has a good case in this situation. I don't know. Ed, we definitely have to follow this situation because this is kind of crazy, and I don't know why officers, why any establishment is still teaching how to pin somebody down. I mean, to me, the officers should have just held him down, handcuffed him. Once he's handcuffed, da da da. Unless he's acting like crazy or something, just leave him alone. He's already handcuffed. What are you gonna do after that?
Bruh.
What are you gonna do after that? I mean, really, what are you gonna do after that? After somebody's handcuffed and down, what are you gonna do after that? It's a crazy situation. All right, listen. We're gonna read one of the comments, just one of the comments. All right, just one. Okay. All right, let's do it. Okay. It says here, another police officer murdering a man just like they did George Floyd. When are y'all going to stop these cops from abusing their power? I don't know. I'm gonna stop right there. I don't know at what point in society that we stop cops from abusing their power. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. In has as should be charged with first degree murder. Can't wait to see how it ends up. Yeah, I guess so.
Bruh.
No, I guess so. We just have to wait to see how it ends up. And this guy probably he should be charged with murder because of the pressure that he put on this guy's back. Now, that's what I'm trying to say. This is my opinion on this, and I'm gonna repeat this. I think because of the man's health problems, okay, along with this officer putting pressure on his back, that could have led to his death. I'm just saying. I think there was some. I think there's more to it.
Bruh.
I just do. But because of his conduct, I mean, he was being stupid. He was being stupid. Yeah, you can give him the dummy buzzer again. He was being stupid, and that's just my view, and that's my opinion on this particular topic. All right, so you can drop my bomb, Ed. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. All right, listen, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, check us out on all our social media platforms. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and also feel free to share and leave a comment. Until next episode, ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed and not stressed. I will see y'all later. Peace out.